Warning. 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 Warning.
Shush.
Warning. This video contains language. You have been warned. Thank you. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Tanasio and Connor.
And I'm Connor McMullen.
And this podcast is where we interview rising stars who are on the path of achieving their goals. Today, we have a very special guest, Errol Gulden.
Yeah, so Errol Gulden, a product of the QBE Sydney Swans Academy. He's a midfielder who consistently runs, creating opportunities with his fast hands and neat kicking. He starred for the Sydney Swans Academy in the NAB League last year and impressed with the Allies in the Under-18s Championship. In 2020, Errol was selected by the Swans and picked 32 of the AFL draft. So welcome, Errol.
No, thank you very much for having me.
Yes. How you been going?
Yeah, pretty good. Training's been good. So big back since Christmas, so it's been pretty full on. But yeah, really loving it.
So was that a pre-season?
Yep. So started last December. Had 2 weeks pre-Christmas, and I think we're into our 12th week post-Christmas now. So it's been good fun.
Yeah. What's it like been training with the big names, Buddy Franklin, those boys? Have they been around training?
Yeah, still pinch yourself a little bit. Obviously, you watch them on TV and, idolise a lot of them growing up and watching them play. So to be able to play with them and learn off them has been really good. And they're just normal people at the end of the day, and they get around you and help you out when you're struggling a little bit. So, it's been really good fun, and don't have a bad thing to say about any of them.
It's awesome.
So how did it feel getting picked 32 in the draft?
Yeah, it was an awesome feeling. Kind of since I was really young, all I wanted to do was play AFL, and being from Sydney and in the academy, I've always wanted to play for the Swans. So when I had my name read out, it was pretty exciting, and had all my schoolmates and family and stuff with me as well. So yeah.
So for the people that don't know, because this is like more of a rugby-based fan, base for now, but
at the moment,
yeah. Can you tell us a bit how the draft works and how do you even get your name in the draft and be considered for the draft?
Well, it probably starts. Each club has kind of recruiters, and they probably start watching you from about under 15. So it just starts when you're young, and if you can put some good performances together and get your name out there, just kind of playing club footy, and then all the rep stuff, and obviously playing for your academy and stuff, that helps as well. But the draft, so it's similar to like the NBA and the NFL, where the team that comes last has the first pick, and then it works up from there. So I think there was three rounds this year, so I think there's about 60 picks in the draft, which was a little bit less than what there usually is, but because there was kind of no footy last year with COVID, they reduced the amount of picks. But yeah, it just works like that, and then obviously teams can trade picks and stuff like that for players. But yeah, it's similar to the NBA and NFL draft system and how it works. So.
Yeah. And you were initially going to be drafted by Geelong, but Swans matched their bid. Was this a relief for you, or were you set on Geelong?
No, it was good. I wouldn't have cared either way, to be honest. I'm probably more happy I stay in Sydney, but a lot of my family are actually really mad Geelong fans. So my dad in particular, my brother, so they were like,
pretty stoked.
Yeah, they were happy as, and then the Swans match it, and they kind of are a bit flat. But no, they being from Sydney, they wanted me to stay here, and I'm really happy I got to stay in Sydney with my family, and it's good.
Yep. So how did COVID, did it affect the draft in any way, or?
Yeah, so we didn't get to play any rep footy last year, and 18's year is probably the most enjoyable year, but didn't really get to do a whole lot of it. But I was pretty lucky because the year before I played in the under-18s as like a bottom major when I was 17, so I got to play down in Victoria, and as you said before, in the NAB League and stuff, which was pretty good. But it pretty much wiped out our entire season. I played club footy for a bit, but I think everyone was pretty affected by it.
Yeah. Were you at home when it got announced? It was on TV, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on TV. I just went down. My old man owns a restaurant, so we just went down there and had it on the big screen, and got all my schoolmates and my family. We all came down and watched it together. So it was a pretty good night.
Yeah, nice. We'll go back a few years. So where did you grow up? Were you a Sydney boy? Or?
Yeah, I was born in Randwick.
Yep.
I've lived here my entire life, and played played my local footy in Maroubra.
Maroubra Saints, is
yeah,
that?
Maroubra Saints.
Nice.
And then more recently played at UNSW Bulldogs as well. So yeah.
Yeah. And I know you so you got an older brother. Did a bit of training down at the beach. Can you tell us a bit about that? Was that at Coogee Beach?
Yeah, down at Coogee. So I got a bit of feedback from coaches and stuff that I probably wasn't as quick as what I needed to be to kind of take the next step in my game. So probably 3 or 4 years ago, we started going down to Coogee once a week in the morning and just doing a few drills to work on my speed and agility. And my older brother kind of, it was, mostly his work, and, he really helped me out with that. So, thankful to him.
Yeah, you felt that's benefited you?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's helped add another string to my bow, and, I've noticed the difference in my game because of it. So.
Yeah.
And was it always AFL growing up?
No, I played a bit of everything. I played a couple of seasons at the Clovelly Eagles.
Oh yeah,
playing rugby. Yeah. Kind of I wasn't too good at it, unfortunately. But I played rugby, soccer, cricket. A bit of everything. I even played a season of basketball, but was no good at that either. But footy was kind of always a main one for me.
Did you have a particular player you followed?
In the AFL, or just
anyone really?
Well, I think in AFL it's probably player that plays for the Giants, Josh Kelly. I think I tried to model my game off him, but sports people probably Ronaldo and Messi. I'm a massive soccer fan, so probably those two. And you got to look up to blokes like LeBron and stuff like that as well. So just probably anyone who's the best in their field, I guess. Yeah,
I got some intel of you being a Carlton fan. Is this still? Is this true?
It's true. Probably not so much anymore. I was always a Carlton fan growing up. That comes from my mum's because she's from Melbourne. So, that comes from her. But, I kind of, once I got drafted, I kind of had to get rid of that. And, I'm a Swans fan now.
And you follow the EPL? Has this always been from a young age?
Yeah, I have. So my dad's from overseas, and soccer was always his kind of number one sport. So it kind of rubbed off on me a little bit, and my brother as well is a massive soccer fan. So that kind of started from young, and still follow it pretty strongly now, I would say. So.
And you got at FIFA? Or?
I'm probably the worst at the club. I'm yet to get a win. I'm actually horrific at it. So
you get to play at lunchtime and stuff?
Yeah, a little bit, and I will just after training just go over to the boys' house and play a little bit. But I tell people I'm a lot better than what I am.
So what high school did you go to?
I went to Marshall and Randwick. So
Nice. Did you find it tough managing school with your training load?
A little bit. I think I finished school. I did year 12 a year early, which helped. So in my under 18s year for footy, I was out of school. But I found it a little bit tough. But my teachers are really good at kind of helping me balance it too, and they gave me a little bit of leeway as well. So.
So how long have you been part of the Swans Academy for?
I was part of it since I was 9, and then obviously finished up last year, so 9 years, so it's half my life pretty much. So
would you say they've been a big part of your development as a player?
Yeah, 100%. I think they're probably the reason that I'm in the position today would be from the academy. Just taught me a lot of things about professionalism and obviously all the on-field stuff, but just away from footy as well. So I think that's just as important.
And there's been a few boys that are in the Swans top squad now that you've been playing with from the juniors.
Yeah, there is, and they changed the rule as well. So now academy's going to under 19s instead of 18s. So the boys who kind of missed out last year will get another crack at it this year, just because obviously the year was affected last year, which is good. So still. Keep in contact with a lot of those boys, and hopefully they'll be able to have a few training sessions and stuff with us this year as well.
Being a part of the academy, did you get to have some pre-season with the senior group?
Yeah,
before?
So I did a couple of weeks training with them each year for the past probably 3 years. I went away on the pre-season camp before Christmas in end of 2019 as well, which was pretty cool. So, had a fair bit of exposure and got to start to meet a lot of the players and stuff. So it made it a lot easier and more comfortable, making the transition after I got drafted this year as well. So
And being on the small side of players in the AFL, does this affect your mindset at all?
No, not at all. I think I I kind of see it as an advantage because the ball spends a fair bit of time on the ground in AFL, so it means I'm closer to the ground. But no, not at all. I think I've always kind of been smallest whenever I was playing footy, and like always played kind of my age group, and then I'd play like 2 or 3 games every weekend in the older age groups, and I was always the smallest. So I don't think it's a disadvantage or anything. I see it as a bit of an advantage.
And how have you found the level of fitness and gym since being drafted? Was it a big change?
Yeah, it definitely is. I think just probably like the amount of training has been a step up. Like it's pretty much, you got something on pretty much every day of the week, whether it's gym or training, or even we do a lot of boxing and like biking, like the spin bikes and stuff as well. So it's probably not so much like the sessions, but it's just like doing it
more reps.
Doing it repetitively, which makes it a bit tough, but I'm finding it really enjoyable. So
What are some goals and like what excites you for the 2021 season?
Well, the big goal is probably to make my debut in the seniors. Obviously, I think that's probably front of mind for most people when they get drafted, but so that's probably up there. I want to play a few games this year and just kind of find my feet a little bit, but I think as well just keep thinking about like the team as well. I think that's really important, because if you get too worried about like personal and individual goals, you can kind of go away a bit from what the team wants. So, but it's been really enjoyable, and I think if I just stick to what my coaches tell me and do that, I'll go all right. So yeah.
And say if like the next 5 years are perfect, go to plan, where would you like to see yourself?
Hopefully win a premiership. That would be good.
Yeah,
that's why most people play. So hopefully couple of premierships and a few games under my belt would be good. Yeah.
And what's like the best advice you've been given, or some advice that you'd like to give out to people maybe trying to follow the same dream?
I think just the big one for me is just enjoy it, because there's no real point playing if you don't enjoy it, I don't think. So that's always, regardless of like the level that you play and how serious it gets, I think that's still the most important thing, because that's what footy's about. It's about having fun and enjoying yourself. So, but also just keep working hard, and I don't know, don't forget what you're good at as well, because that's kind of
Sure. Well,
I think it's time for some questions from the fans.
Yes.
So let's
Duffy.
What was your biggest motivation growing up?
Biggest motivation? I'd say probably just wanting to improve like every day, you know what I mean? Like my parents never really pushed me or anything like that, or whenever I'd train, I was always just doing it kind of because I enjoyed it. But I think just trying to improve and get better than what you were the day before. And I think when you if you're at the gym or whatever and you lift a new PB or run a new PB in a time trial or something, I think that's just like a really good feeling. So probably just, that feeling of just getting better all the time.
Sure.
Who's your favourite band at the moment? Cough, Carey Street, cough.
Yeah, Carey Street.
You know Harris's band?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of his music. It's
Shout
really
out,
good,
Gieran.
so love their work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
Have you ever wondered of switching or playing a different code? And if so, what sport?
I've probably had like a few dreams about it, but I don't think I'd ever have enough talent, but I'd switch and go play soccer in Europe.
Yeah. Have you been over there, watched any?
Yeah, I've been over to watch a couple of games in Liverpool and stuff. So, yeah. I wouldn't actively seek to switch, but if I could, that would be it.
Regular.
Who's your favourite Aussie driller?
Hooligan House.
Whoa, deep. Is everything right at home?
Honestly.
Have you how have you coped with COVID in sport?
Copped COVID.
Copped COVID. It's been pretty good. I don't think we've been too affected here, like compared to other countries and stuff. So, been pretty lucky. But yeah, I don't know. Probably the lockdown last year was a bit shit. But
did you have like gym at home and stuff like that?
I went down. My family has a farm, so went down to the family farm and just they had a gym there, so that was good.
That's good.
Have you faced any injuries or setbacks? And if so, how did you overcome this?
I've been pretty lucky, touch wood. Haven't had too many injuries, but setbacks, I don't know. Last year was kind of a setback for everyone, really. But I don't know, just we got our program sent to us from the academy. Like, they were really good in giving us a running program and stuff to do over the break. So just kind of stuck to that, and yeah, it's probably the biggest setback. But
Shout out to Ben for these great questions. He always comes up with some really lovely, wholesome questions.
I think that's it.
Oh, well, thanks a lot for spending time with us today, and good luck on the rest of your career. His socials will be in the description box below, and ours will always be there. So, yeah, like, subscribe. See you in the next video.
Thank you.
thanks, Andy.
Cheers, Errol.
Phone my young and got me bugging. Paranoid for the boys in blue. No talk for the noise we do. But big noise for the toys we use. It brings joy when I see boys on the new. Like, we left them with an open sore. Don't want war, better grow some balls. Told my young G, don't lose them keys. It's gonna do more than